Hello and welcome to our Providence Homestead. My name's Julie and you're in the kitchen with me. One thing I've tried to do or tried to start doing with my family is, as products that we normally buy at the box store is used up, we're trying to find, or I'm trying to find, alternatives that are healthier for us as a family to use and safer for the environment. Safer should one of the animals get into it, that it's not going to cause a lot of harm. We had several, it's been decades ago, but we had a golden retriever and I was not aware, so hopefully this may help someone out there. We were using the Swiffer jets, where you push a button, it sprays out the Swiffer jet solution, and then you mop it up, and that's how you clean your floors. Well, what I didn't know is I had mopped the floor using that, and our dog, our golden retriever Shadow, decided to come behind me, and because it was wet, he treated it as water and he started licking the floors. Well, I was in another room, the kids were somewhere else, there's no one around watching him do this behavior at the beginning, and then we walked out and seen him doing it and we told him to stop, that kind of thing. But unfortunately the damage had been done, and a couple hours later he started having severe seizures, and those would come and go, and at one point we had let him outside so he could use the bathroom, and he took off running, acting crazy. He pretty much had lost it. And from that moment on, I was really, one, safe about when I was mopping the floor with any kind of solution, not to have him around or any of the other animals, taking the chance of them licking it and causing that kind of effect on them. But I also started thinking, well, if that's happening and one of us walks through barefooted, would we be absorbing some of that into our system, and could it cause us harm? So like I said, so many different products I don't like to waste anything, so I have been using them up, being careful about how I use them and when I use them, that kind of thing. But one of the things that I have just now ran out of is Pledge. And I'm not saying anything bad about this, I'm just saying from my own personal experience. This is Pledge, it's got the lemon flavor. I grew up with it. I'm many decades old. And I grew up with that. I know some people maybe have grown up with Indust or other solutions to help dust your furniture, polish your furniture. English oil is another one. But I ran across this recipe online the other day, and I thought, this sounds like something that's going to be healthier for us as a family, still get the job done. And now that I'm out of my Pledge anyway, I wanted to try this solution. Now, it's made up mostly of olive oil and vinegar, white distilled vinegar. Now, again, this is a little tip. When my husband and I go out and we look to buy a piece of furniture, and we now have gotten to the point where we only buy solid wood furniture. Sometimes the pictures look horrible, it's dusty, it's got scratches in it, that kind of thing. What we will do is we will go buy a fast food place, go inside and get a package of mayonnaise. Now those little packets, and we take that with us with a old rag or an old dish towel, that kind of thing. We'll put a little bit of that mayonnaise on it and rub it over the scratches, and most of the time it will clean, it will have those minor scratches go away and disappear. So and that's basically what this is with the olive oil and the white distilled vinegar. It's kind of like that mayonnaise solution. I just wouldn't want to polish my furniture with mayonnaise because that's a food product, and that might attract some things I don't want, or cause Sammy to decide, oh, that tastes really good, and start gnawing down on the legs of my furniture. But not that she gnaws down on anything, but just saying I wouldn't want a food product. So this is really close to it. So I really liked this recipe, and I'm going to go for it and see how it does, and then I'll let you know at the end of the video how it does for us, or for me, when polishing the furniture. But let me just read you some of the ingredients. I have to put my glasses on. Some of the ingredients of the Pledge, and most of them I will not be able to pronounce. The first ingredient is water. Okay, that's safe enough, right? And then something that's called C7-8 isoparaffin. Now I know some solutions, homemade solutions, calls for beeswax, which is also a great product. I just don't have any on hand. So the isoparaffin, I would think, would be a derivative of a beeswax type product. Dimethicone, nitrogen, sorbitan olate, glycerin, fragrances. They don't say what kind, but this is lemon scented, so I'm assuming that. Broanopol, and contains fragrance allergens, and a SCJ formula. I'm sure that's a Johnson & Johnson product. Yep. Number 35-32815. So that's what's in this solution of Pledge. The solution I'm going to be preparing has 3 ingredients, and only 3 ingredients, and a lot of it is something that you probably have around your home. One is, again, the olive oil. The other is the distilled vinegar, and then essential oils. And it's essential oils of any fragrance you like. Some people, because, you know, I grew up on the lemon smell, some people prefer to have a lemon essential oils. Some people prefer to have maybe lavender or something like that. For me, I chose, it's called Cool Water, and it has like a beachy kind of smell to it, and we love the beach, so why not, right? We can reminisce that we're going someplace close to the beach and go that way. So because the olive oil has that feeling of being an olive oil and sticking to the sides, I'm going to put in the distilled vinegar first into a small bottle. And I got this right here. It's $1 at the, you know, Wally World. So let me pause you and bring you down. Okay, so there's, you see the solution. I got a little funnel cup here. Hopefully I'm not going to make a big mess. So here is the white distilled vinegar. Pouring that in. Okay. Then we have, go ahead and put the top on this. I'm notorious for knocking things over, spilling things. This is the olive oil, and just any olive oil will do. This is just what I have on hand. It doesn't necessarily need to be extra virgin or anything. We have that in. Okay. And then it says 20 to 30 drops of whatever essential oil fragrance you would like. And I don't know if I can do it in droplets, but we'll see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. Okay. That's a little bit more than 20. I think it's about 23. And that's plenty fine. Okay. So that's all in there. And it actually filled it up to about, let me see, about right here. So from here, I'm going to add a little bit of water to dilute it. So I added some water. So now it's up to about right here. Let me bring you up. Okay, so I brought you up. So it started out, the solution was about right here. I added about this much water. And what I'm going to do now is just put the top on. Now, it's important because olive oil, of all the 3 ingredients, can become bad, can become rancid. So I wouldn't do a gallon jar of this solution. I would just do a little spray bottle at a time. When you go to use this, you want to give it a good stir, just because you want the olive oil and the vinegar to mix a little bit. And then you'll take this is one of those lint-free towels. You get those at the big box stores as well. And spray a little on and then use this to wipe your furniture. Smells, I think I smelled more of the vinegar than anything. But we're going to go and do it on the furniture and see how it does. So come with me. I'm doing the bedroom furniture, so come with me and we'll see what we can do here. So many of you have been, this is my bedroom. Many of you have been in my bedroom before if you followed along during the declutter challenge. So it's important too that when you're dusting to put the solution on your towel and not spray it directly on your furniture. And like I said, each time just give it a little shake, stir it up. But it really, and there's not a lot of film. You can see me touching it. It's definitely clean. And it's not, even the olive oil, it's not leaving a residue, oily feeling. And it's really giving it a good shine. Let's see if I can let you see. See how it's doing there? So I really like this. Now again, it could be just the vinegar and giving it a good shake. Or probably if I had used a different essential oil, maybe something like lavender or even lemon, that kind of thing, then it may have given more of a fragrance. But right now, I just be honest, I smell a lot of the vinegar, which is okay. Now, you can adjust this as well. You can use, if your furniture isn't really dirty, then you can perhaps decrease the distilled vinegar. The distilled vinegar is the cleaning action to the solution. And the olive oil is the lubricant or the polisher, restorer, that kind of thing, moisturizer to your furniture. The essential oil is just for fragrance and that you're having a good time. Wish I was smelling the ocean. So those are the things behind using the olive oil and the distilled vinegar. So what I would say is this furniture is not really very dusty. I dust it every week. And it's not like I'm having to clean it. So if I wanted to, I could perhaps do a 1/4 cup of distilled vinegar and a 1/2 cup of the olive oil. And that would give more of a restoring solution to the furniture. And then I wouldn't be adding as much water as well. But anyway, I'm quite pleased with it. Again, I love it. It's not oily. It's not filming, that kind of thing. And I'm just doing a little bit at a time. And yeah, it'll get done. So wish you were here to help me. That would make it even funner, right? So that's it. That's my little tip for the day. I'm going to make this video nice and short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to continue to share what we're doing as a family to help bring better homemade, natural things into our cleaning, our eating, that kind of thing. And I'll bring those changes as we're making them to you. I do have my own taco mix that I have started using. I've been using that for several months now. My family loves it, and it's not uncommon for us to have taco salad or tacos at least once a week using that recipe instead of using the little packets in the store. So that's hopefully going to be next time I'll share that with you, because I do 3 jars at a time prepping, actually 4. When my 3 jars empty out, I refill those 3 jars plus the one I'm going to use that night. So that will definitely be coming up next week. And as I refill and restock, preparing for future taco salad or tacos or anything that requires taco meat. So that being said, look forward to that, okay? So until next time, hug your loved ones, tell them you love them, give them big hugs and kisses, and I'll see you next time here at Our Providence Homestead. Come grow with us as we continue the process of becoming more self-sustaining and using natural products and building this homestead. So that being said, I'll let you go. Bye now. So I thought I'd give you a little update as I'm ending this video of the turkeys and the chickens and the big chickens, the chicks, the little baby chicks, the big chickens. So just a little treat, and that way I won't delay any further. And let's let you see, I had to put the turkeys in a different spot than I normally do, only because a huge storm came through the early hours today, and I don't think it started letting up till around noon, but the turkeys just did not want to stay in their home any longer where they sleep at night for their own safety. So this is our alternative of what we did for them. So hold on, sorry, I just kind of bumped you around. Hold on while I turn you around. Okay, well, they've made quite a mess, but luckily we had cleaned off this patio because every Friday we try to clean out all of the nesting boxes and whelping boxes. I'm thinking like the puppies, the brooder boxes, that kind of thing. But here are the turkeys. Oh my gosh, look how much they have grown. They are loving it. I'm so glad that's cardboard and not my patio surface. So sorry, but you know, that's what they do. But they have grown big and continuing to grow. Now that one right there that you're seeing the back of, that is definitely a male there. And he is protecting over his female. And then standing up to the left, we think that is another male. And the hen just laid down right there. So, yeah. So there you go. And they still try to test the boundaries. But, yeah, they're in there. I would lift this up, but everything is so secure. I don't know if you can see. Oh, there they are. You see all the little chickens, the little chicks. Let me see if I can do it this way. No, you can't really see very well. But they are growing up, and next week we're going to be working on building them some hoop coops. You can kind of see them there, because they're ready to get out of there too. And finally, these are the chickens that my daughter brought home. So they're about 4 months old, and they are continuing to grow. That one right there on the left, looking at me so proudly, that's the rooster. The other three are hens. I do not know what kind they are, or they may be just a barnyard mix. But they are going at it, loving being on the grass, and we'll be having to build a hoop coop for them too. So the chickens that I just showed you, they're about 4 months old, maybe a little bit longer at this point. I'm trying to get on the concrete and not where the ants are. The chicks are about 3 weeks old, and the turkeys were born April 1st, April Fool's Day. So they're about 6 weeks old. So they're ready to go out, although we, because the storm came through and dropped the temperatures a little bit, we did put the heat lamp on them during the storm, that kind of thing, to keep them nice and safe and warm. So that's it. So you got to see the animals. My husband is down looking after the dogs, and then we're headed to dinner. So Saturday night, date night. So that being said, now I will definitely be ending this video, and while he's down there working, I'll go back in there and dust that furniture a little bit. So again, hug your loved ones, tell them you love them. Click the like button, give me a thumbs up, and comment. Let me know how you're doing and if you'll try the new recipe. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye from our Providence Homestead.